this is something that I've practiced for about the last 4 years, and it's been very, very helpful for me. Here it is. Daily goals done by one, right? Just write it down below. Hashtag done by one. Done by one. What I want you to do is every morning fill out your high performance planner, know what you need to focus on and get done that day, and then ask yourself, if I had to get this done by 1 p.m., how would I do it? If I only got to work until 1 p.m., and I know some of you only do work till 1 p.m. because we got a lot of extraordinary, successful people in this community who, you work your mornings, you take your afternoons off. I get it. I appreciate you too. But for those of you who have not achieved that yet, okay, let's think about it. Let's ask this question. If you only had, let's imagine the day only went till 1 p.m. Obviously you couldn't get everything in. So what do you have to focus on? If you're going to have done by 1, what do you have to focus on? The major priorities and the needle moving activities. Write it down. The major priorities of the day and the major needle moving activities done by 1. That's what I do. And people are like, how does he get so much done? I'm probably not doing any more than anybody else. It's that every day though, the major priorities and the major needle moving activities done by 1. Write it down. Major priorities, major needle moving activities done by 1. Then, guess what? It leaves the whole afternoon to all the randomness of life, right? Oh, I got to take a call? Great. Guess what? I don't take any calls till the afternoon. Why? I set that up so that I can make sure that I focused on the morning being dedicated towards moving my life and my business forward. That was my progress check. That's what I focus on. It's like, did I do what is necessary this morning? Before I took random calls from other people, asking me things, pitching me things, interviewing me on things. Now some of you say, well, that's just not possible, Brendon. I got to get the kids up, get them to school, come back, check my email, respond to everybody else. And I'm like, no, you need to do your job and get it done by 1. The major needle moving activities that are your job, get it done by 1. You got to reorient the day. Now people say, well, Brendon, what is 1? I say, well, 1 is kind of arbitrary, isn't it? Because if you got it done by 2, would that be equally good? Yes. But the done by 1, because it rhymes, it sticks in your brain a little bit, right? You guys like this? It's like done by 1 mentality allows me to move ahead faster because I only have till 1 o'clock to get my major needle moving activities. So every day by 1, the major things that had to get done, that I had to do, I've either got them done or significantly along the way. And that's what's important. But many people aren't doing that. You know what you're doing? You're spending so much time reacting to everybody else in the morning that you're not doing the major things that were on your plate that you were supposed to do. And that is why I know without a question in my mind that to double the progress of this group, Team HPX, we can do it, guys. We really can do this. We can double your progress if we can help you adopt this mindset of done by 1. Figure out what are the major priorities of this day and what are the major needle moving activities. Now I always get asked, what's the difference between the two, Brendon? What's the difference between a priority and like a needle moving activity of my life or my business? Okay, let's talk about priorities. Maybe your priority today, let's see, one of your priorities might be something as simple as, you know what? Call my uncle. He's sick. He's sick in the hospital. He's a priority day. I gotta call him. Okay, I'm gonna call him by 1. That's a priority, right? A needle moving activity is an activity usually related more towards an output. Like an activity like, okay, something that moves the needle forward in your brand or your business. For me, as an example, a podcast episode, as simple as that sounds, might be a needle moving activity. Great, that moves the needle in growing our brand. Cool, episode done by 1. Oh, needle moving activity? That may mean a major email broadcast to my email list. Great, done by 1. Major needle moving activity? Call somebody who I'm going to do a business deal with, or who's going to be an affiliate promotional partner, call is done by 1, because that was a needle moving activity, right? Something that moves the business or your life forward. Sometimes your priorities can be relationships. Your priorities can be handling things for your wife, your husband, your spouse, your partner, the kids. Those are priorities for the day. Those are just that's a priority. It has to get done today. And this specific day, it has to get done. It can't get done tomorrow, because it wouldn't be a priority if it was tomorrow. Today, it's a priority, right? Priorities are today. So it's not just a to-do list, because lots of things on to-do lists. Like, I bet you've written to-do lists before. And isn't it true a to-do list sometimes for you carries over to tomorrow? Well, that's the difference between a priority and a to-do list. Follow? Because sometimes you write things on a to-do list, it's okay if you get them to it 3 days from now, 10 days from now, 50 days from now. A priority today. Urgent, immediate, necessary. Let's deal with it today. And not just emergency reaction, but you put it there. It was on your battle board. It was in your game plan. It's in your high performance planner. It's going to happen today. Got it? So this idea of done by 1 has really served me throughout my life. And I really want you to hear this, guys, because I can't be more honest about something than this one. I'm not a morning person. I'm absolutely not a morning person. And I still implement done by 1 mentality, even as I'm not a morning person. Some of you know me for a long time, or if you're new to the membership, I can welcome here. I'll tell you some things about myself once in a while as we do these. I'm kind of a nutty professor in the morning. I wake up, Denise is so happy and she's excited to do things, and I walk out into the kitchen and she's like, hi, and she hits me with a list of 74 things she's thought of and done. She's already downloaded from the universe all the obligations in the history of humanity as a woman, as a leader, as a wife, as a daughter, caregiver, family leader. She's already got it all down. And I'm kind of like, huh? Like, my brain does not kick on. I think it used to kick on a little bit faster, but since 2011, when I had my brain injury, it's a little slower. I'm a little slow roll in the morning. And, I don't turn to a cup of coffee usually. I just let my brain kind of wake up, and I start, moving my body. So some of you know my morning routine. I do 20 minutes of movement. So I do yoga, calisthenics, stretching, or a walk, or a jog, or just something for 20 minutes. And it's not my workout of the day. It's just to open up my body, get mobility, activate, right? Then I spend 20 minutes with a book, something good, something I can read that is inspiring, makes me think, it gets my brain turned on by reading. Then if I don't feel like reading, for any reason, if I don't feel like reading for the 20 minutes, I'll close my eyes, I'll visualize and think through the day. Then I'll spend 20 minutes with my high performance planner. And people are like, you spend 20 minutes with your high performance planner? And I think I've misspoken on that a few times, and you guys busted me on it, and it's okay. In that I spend 20 minutes with the high performance planner, and usually like a battle board type thing. So I'll fill out the high performance planner. I'll consider the overall context of what I'm doing. So I'll flip more to those monthly pages in the high performance planner. And then I'll kind of sit there, I'll visualize, I'll think about it. Okay? I'll walk through the day. How could I do that activity with excellence today? How could I be really present today? What might trip me up today? The questions in the high performance planner. I'll take those on. And then as I do all that, I'll go, okay, I'm ready for the day now. I'm ready for the day. And I get excited because that morning warm up, my body's open, my mind is open, my day is planned. Let's go. Before that though, I'm gonna, and then bam. So I got to go through that hour in the morning, but then I'm ready to go. And then my mentality, that doesn't matter. If that happened, if I had a late night and it's 10 a.m. and I do that by 11 a.m., still, my question would be, okay, gosh, I'm only starting work here at 11 o'clock. Shoot, Brendon, it's 11 o'clock. I'm only starting at 11 o'clock, Brendon. Done by 1. What would you absolutely have to SWAT team by 1 p.m. to be done by 1? And I cannot tell you how powerful this mentality is. Because guess what it is? It's your insurance policy. Because if you finished your major priorities and your major needle-moving activities by 1, then all the firefighting and emergency reactive things you have to do the rest of the day, you got time for it. You know, you want to explore something, you want to get distracted and looking at something, hey, more power to you. You are done by 1. You want to deep dive into something you dork about, spend another hour on your passion, spend that extra 30 minutes at the gym today, no problem, done by 1. You follow how powerful this is? It's your insurance policy, getting it done by 1. I hope that you give it a try, guys. If you like this idea, if you do, and you achieve something awesome, use hashtag done by 1, hashtag HPX life. Let us know, Team HPX. We'd love to see what you're doing out there. This can be your day for personal growth. This can be that day you committed to and you remember and you go, that was the day I got myself a community. I got better coaches. I committed to making my life the absolute best that I could. This is that day. Make today your growth day. Click the button on this page and sign up right now.